What is life without criticism? What is life without hardship? What is life without struggle? You will not be able to live life completely to the fullest with all these things. All these things have value because they offer you the opportunity to learn, to expand, to be challenged, and to grow. Going back and forward on any type of topic, of any type of concern concerning society has always been taking place among different type of cultures. And because of that, we had the opportunity to expand, and to reach a point of certainty that we are in now. For example, liberties and a freedom of movement, a freedom of thinking, a freedom of speech doesn't come just because everybody accepted a single person's mindset or a single person's POV or a single person's perspective and philosophy. It's because everybody gets challenged, some people's philosophies get analyzed, and there is competition. But it leads us to a path of more certainty and perfection. What do I mean with perfection? I mean in human nature and development. If you decide to go in one direction and you choose one pathway solemnly, things become stagnated. If you get challenged continuously, you get the opportunity to learn and reflect upon your own life lessons, upon your own mindset, and upon your own philosophy you're going by. What I've learned in recent years is that many people that post a lot of things online are very certain about what they're talking about, meaning that they say it in such a way that no way in their life would it be possible to challenge their mindset, their POV, their philosophy, because they're certain about it that anything they're sharing is fully true. There is no error, there is no fault. That is exactly what everybody should accept as being truthful, or being the way, or the truth. And you know where I'm getting at. It's impossible. I never made such claims in my entire life. I had moments that I went back and forth. I had long discussions. I had long talks. Different places, different times, different age categories. I was not the same person back then as I am right now. It took me 5 years, for example, to learn to get to a position that I am now, with another guy that was almost half of my age, learned within a 3 years time span, you know. And I had to humble myself after many discussions and to see from his point of view how he perceives and deals with life accordingly. And it benefited me. And I had no issues accepting that in that perspective I was wrong, or I had a shortcoming, or were things that I lacked. Many people have many issues with accepting that because that shows defeat, weakness. It challenges you such in a way that you feel discomfortable because you might doubt yourself, your own words, and your own thoughts. And there is no shame in that. That challenge is exactly what life is all about. Life is not about just saying one thing and the entirety of the world just accepts it blindly. Also, there are many people that do so, but that's because they need someone to represent them. You can find truth within yourself and you can find truth in the world. You can find truth in different forms. And these truths don't mean that one truth is more relevant or more important than the other, because they can all actually mean something. But you just got to take the time to reflect upon your own thoughts and think about what people say when they reach out. Life lessons aren't always fun and games, like that's why they're called life lessons. Because you gotta understand and you've gotta figure out what is going on before you can learn from an experience. Some life experiences are very hard and take lots of work and time, even years before you come to full understanding and you can actually apply it in your own life. Life experiences are very essential to personal growth, but it only comes with challenges. Challenges where you have to choose between right or wrong, yes or no, black and white. But what you do is you create the gray zone. And that is the zone a pathway that you follow that is most comfortable to you. But that doesn't mean that you have to oppose it and you have to present it in a way that everybody else has to accept it. Because it might work for you, but it might not work for your neighbor or your brother and sister. And they might offer you something that might be totally different that you're used to. But acceptance has to do with putting your ego aside for a change. Criticism the same way. Criticism actually makes you think about your own actions. Like what I'm saying, what I'm doing, is it actually really good? Does it benefit actually other people? Am I so right in everything that I'm sharing with the world? It started making you doubt yourself, but it's a good and healthy challenge so you don't get completely swallowed by your own ego. Because a lot of people get consumed by it because they're so full of themselves. And then you put yourself in a position that you start looking down upon other people as inferior. Whether it's because of a high IQ and intelligence, whether it's because you've studied a lot, you have a lot of insight because of reading or studying, or maybe it's because of a lot of life experience. It all depends. But there's always a moment in time that we have to humble ourselves, that sometimes we have to take an L, that sometimes we have to understand that we can't know everything, we can't be right at every single time and moment. But the point is a loss of control, and many people can't deal with that. It's a sign of weakness again, and they don't want to seem weak. So it's fear, it's an internal fear. And same goes for hardship. There are so much things that happen constantly that also again tests us. Are we gonna continue reveling in fear and limit ourselves of personal growth and just accept defeat completely? Or are we gonna continue with our lives and see beyond what is presented? Hardship can put us down so many times, but it also gives us the opportunity to rise up again. So for every negative there is a positive, and for every positive there can be a negative. Where there is truth there are lies, and where there are lies there must be truth. And this can be said of all things in life. There's no shame in trying to understand that. Challenges are to be met with upfront. And there is more respect to the person that accepts the challenge than the person that doesn't want to. Because a person that is avoidant is a person that actually admits defeat. And defeat is the last thing you want to do if you really believe in something, even if it's yourself.